Hello, and welcome to the Vlogging Pod. The recent bombing in Iran is alarming. And unfortunately, it's not unfamiliar territory when we look at how Republican administrations have historically responded to domestic failures. Military action, especially sudden or dramatic strikes, has often been used as a distraction, a smokescreen, when political trouble starts piling up at home. This pattern goes back decades. In 1983, President Ronald Reagan faced serious backlash over the U.S. Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, where over 240 service members were unalived. Just days later, the United States launched a military operation on the island of Grenada. The time raised more than a few eyebrows. Critics saw the escalation as a way to shift attention, show strength, and reset the political narrative, one that had been dominated by questions about military readiness and foreign policy failures. In 1989, George H.W. Bush sent troops into Panama under the justification of capturing dictator Manuel Noriega. But this came after months of rising criticism over Bush's lack of direction on domestic issues and slipping approval ratings. The operation gave the administration a public win. Fast, forceful, and widely broadcast. Then in 2003, George W. Bush administration launched a major military campaign in Iraq, claiming the presence of weapons of mass destruction, claims that were later discredited. Behind the scenes, the country was reeling from a shaky economy, fear from recent attacks, and growing scrutiny over national security failures. Once again, a foreign conflict became the focus. And this didn't start in the 1980s. In 1970, President Nixon ordered secret bombing runs in Cambodia during the height of the Vietnam era, right as his administration faced backlash at home and an expanding credibility gap. Even earlier in the 1960s, President Johnson used the Gulf of Tonkin incident to escalate military involvement in Southeast Asia. That moment helped divert public attention from rising civil unrest and pressure over racial tensions across the U.S. So while each situation has its own story, the pattern is clear. When Republican administrations face internal crisis, legal, political, or economic, they often turn to overseas escalations. It seizes headlines, it silences critics, and recenters the narrative around patriotism instead of accountability. And now, with another strike abroad, we're left wondering once again, is this truly about national defense? Or is it just history repeating itself yet again? Today's resources are from the National Security Archives, the Miller Center at UVA, and the U.S. Department of Defense Historical Division. Thank you for listening. Until next time, bye-bye for now.